this is a war-torn country, but with hope, it's waiting for the Indian Prime Minister's arrival to Kiev. The first ever by an Indian Prime Minister and the first ever in midst of war. A war that's now taken a very dramatic turn with Ukraine's big and audacious attack into the Kursk territory of Russia. Russia, on the other hand, has intensified its operations in the Donetsk region. And in midst of this intensifying conflict, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived on a 3-day two-nation tour. He's landed in Warsaw. He would be interacting with the leadership of Poland. Poland becomes extremely crucial because Poland is a key partner of Ukraine. The Prime Minister on the 8th of July was in Russia, in Moscow. He'd interacted extensively with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. The two heads of state and government had discussed certain ideas. Now, some of those ideas will be discussed with the leadership here in Ukraine. And Ukraine is waiting to hear those concrete proposals to peace in midst of an intensifying war. Ukraine has made one thing very clear: peace has to be just, fair, and not on Russia's terms. Because Ukraine says all these soldiers who've made the supreme sacrifice of their lives in the past 900 days and counting, these sacrifices cannot go in vain. Take a look at the Prime Minister's visit to Poland and the preparations that are in place here in Ukraine.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on his 2-day visit to Poland. He is the first Indian Prime Minister in 45 years to visit the Central European nation. The visit coincides with the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties between Warsaw and New Delhi.
I think it's a very exciting visit and an important one, symbolically as well as practically. This excitement is there thanks to Prime Minister Modi's international stature, his profile, and the excitement that Prime Minister Modi has chosen to come to Poland and to, break this nearly half a century gap.
After receiving a grand welcome in Warsaw, Prime Minister Modi honoured the memory of Jam Sahib, the erstwhile Maharaja of Gujarat's Jamnagar, who was often referred to as the Good Maharaja for his humanitarian deeds during World War II. He also paid his tributes at the monument to the Battle of Monte Cassino and Kolhapur Memorial. Prime Minister Modi will hold bilateral talks with Polish President and Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Modi, if he comes to Poland, he will see that we talk a lot about Vikas and Pragati in Poland also. So Takaniki first, then we of course will talk about security, so Suraksha will also be high on the agenda given the situation in Europe and global tension that we are observing. That's also something that Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Tusk will be discussing.
Bardzo ważna jest to dla nas wizyta po...
The visit of Prime Minister Modi is of great significance to Poland and the region. We see outstanding examples such as Infosys, which employs over 3,000 people in the region, and more than 200 Indian MSMEs actively engaged in various businesses here. Numerous business delegations from Poland and the region travel to India, and Poland views India as a great partner for business and potential collaborations.
Biznes tutaj jest obecny.
Prime Minister Modi will leave for Ukraine on Friday. This will be the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Ukraine after establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries in 1992. He will spend around 7 hours in Ukraine and hold discussions with President Volodymyr Zelensky.
This visit of Prime Minister Modi in this important time will send a powerful signal to the global community that India stands out for peace, for dialogue, for negotiations, and also for a UN Charter and sovereignty and territorial integrity. And of course, at the moment, there are diplomatic efforts to end this conflict, to end the war.
Prime Minister's engagements in Kyiv will touch upon a range of aspects of bilateral ties. Prime Minister Modi will also interact with the Indian community, including students, during his brief visit to the nation that is fighting invasion by Russia. With Gaurav Sawant in Kyiv, Ukraine, Bureau Report, India Today.